All right, it is a hot morning show with Bekah and Mike D on Hot 106, and we are pumped. I've been waiting for this interview for like a month now. Finishing this week, a huge docuseries on Netflix, probably the one that everybody's talking about on your timelines right now. We're talking about the Jeen-Yuhs documentary that just finished on Netflix. We have the directors here, Coodie and Chike, and special guest Jay Ivy in the building too. We ain't gonna forget my guy over there.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to Jay Ivy in the whip right now. But man, we really appreciate you guys taking the time to speak with us. It is truly an honor. I mean, this was a passion project for you guys over about 20 years in the making. First and foremost, what's it been like seeing the reception and everybody reacting to it?
Oh man, we have so much gratitude and appreciation for the way people are responding to the film. Definitely because we made the film to inspire and impact people, and it worked. People really see exactly what we were doing. Using our stories as a blueprint to how you can unlock your inner genius. Mm-hmm. And we just really happy that people see that, and people are starting to really use that method. Like people hitting us like, "Yo, I'm at the studio right now watching 1 and 2," but I'm working. Everybody just want to work and wanted to do they craft and move in their purpose.
Coodie and Chike, where did the name come from? I mean, I'm sure that there was a lot of names being tossed around after all these years. So how did you end up with Jeen-Yuhs?
Coodie actually came up with the name, it really was like the first name we came up with, and it was years ago because it was around the time when we first presented Kanye with the fact that we wanted to move forward with the doc. I mean, it wasn't the first time, but it was when we actually packaged it together. And so Coodie came with the name, and I came up with the spelling of it, and it just took the meaning of it, of why we called it Jeen-Yuhs. I would say that's definitely evolved. That's evolved as we've evolved. You know what I mean? So.
And what's the significance with the spelling?
Just wanted to do something different so that it wasn't as obvious. So you would just make you. It wasn't no grandiose meaning. It was we went through a bunch of different dictionary. The spellings of it, the phonetic spelling of it, and then we just saw one that really resonated with us, and so that's the one we went with. So it isn't made up all the way; it is accurate to a phonetic spelling in a proper dictionary.
Right, of Jeen-Yuhs, yeah.
And plus, it looks good on merch.
I was just gonna say that.
Hey, we think about branding. We did come from packaging; that's a part of our background. So,
hey, listen. Right. Fellas, if you guys need some influencers, you got some right here in Providence, Rhode Island, man. You know what I mean?
Come on.
I like that sweater you got on.
Yeah, hey, this is my guy. Shout out to John Hope. He's a Providence rapper. He's one of our good friends, man. He's been in the game for a long time too, and this was the name of his last album. It came out last year. Hope all is well, because I guess that, you know what, Coodie, that's a great transition. Part 3, Awakening, has a lot to do with mental health and kind of seeing that side of Kanye. Like you said, you knew Kanye, you didn't know Yeezy. So when capturing that and reuniting with Kanye, what was that like? Were you aware of how important that footage was going to be in kind of showcasing mental health and the struggles that people go through behind closed doors?
Well, no, I wasn't aware of what the footage was going to do, because I really didn't go out there to be with them to film them. I felt like the end of the documentary at the time was what we had definitely when we went to China. I felt like the ending was really the Grammys. But what happened was, when I went after he broke down after the St. Pablo tour, I got with him. As you see in the movie, Old School Ice Cream put us back together, and then we wound up going to China. But before we went to China, we went to Calabasas. So while we were in Calabasas, I'm out there as a brother, not as a filmmaker. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I need to be here for my brother. And as we were talking one time at he called it an energy center. So we talking, and Next thing I know, you know, we talking about Jesus, we talking about living in the now, meditation. I'm just like breaking down everything that I've been learning from like Oprah and Deepak, just studying them and the different books that I've been reading, from Alchemist to, you know, to the Four Agreements, and just all these different things that I've been learning. So me and him like having a great conversation, and while we having a conversation, here come people like, oh, Kanye, we need you, you know, and it's almost like they was trying to pull us away. It felt like to me, you know what I mean? So when I went to China, I felt like my camera could be a disguise. Like, to tell you the truth, I'm like, my camera could really be a disguise. And Kanye comfortable with me and the camera. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's how we've been moving around for all them years when we were together. And I didn't really realize, like, because when we were in China, everything was smooth. You know what I mean? I guess he was doing everything how he was supposed to do. But then fast forward, when I went to DR, that's when it was a little different, you know. And as we were moving around, I went out there to show him the sizzle, because he wanted to use some footage of mine, some footage of his mom. And I'm like, bet I'll bless you with that, but just, you know, I got to show you what we need your blessing for. And I went out and showed him the sizzle. And at the time, I guess he was going through a little something. And when we was at the restaurant, I was filming, and he started doing things that I would see him do on TV. You know, like talking
That's
about.
When you
like,
cut the camera off.
That's when I cut the camera off, because I'm like, I never filmed that. And, you know, it's something when it comes to filmmaking and the cameras that is real energy. We all are made up of energy, but this is real energy. And it didn't feel right. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm out here this is my brother. That's why I'm out here. So I felt like I needed to put the camera down and really like listen and pay attention. You know, I'm like, no, I don't need to be filming. I need to listen. And that's why I put the camera down. But as far as mental health, I'm not a doctor, don't know much about it, but I just know that I was going to be there for my brother, because you know, I love Kanye. That's my brother.
And a couple of things from that, and it's evident your relationship with Kanye. I was telling Bekah earlier today, I was like, man, I wish Coodie was my brother. You know what I mean? Like because we've been there. We've all had friendships that kind of go their separate ways, whether people go off to college or they get a job somewhere else. But there was something in a lot of, you know, you could say it was God that brought you guys back, because he knew he needed to be grounded. And there was somebody who always did that for him that is no longer here, unfortunately, is Dr. Donda West. You had a very good relationship with Dr. Donda West. And why don't you talk a little bit about that? Because even when Kanye was kind of going his separate ways, she kept in contact with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, Donda was that type of person that adopted us all. You know what I'm saying? I had a great relationship, but so did everybody that was around. She like embraced everybody that believed in her son, you know, and wanted to see him do well. But she, one thing about Donda, though, her spirit was with this whole process, with the movie. I remember I'm licensing some footage, and you might have read this, but I'm licensing some footage for the song that shocked America. And I found this footage of Mama West that I didn't remember seeing. Like, I did her funeral presentation, and the clip where she said, "A giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing." I put this tape in, and the first thing she said was, "Kanye, I got something important I want to talk to you about. Sometimes you come off a bit arrogant." I was like,
damn,
what's this? I'm like, I couldn't believe it. And then something happened, and all of a sudden that same clip came up again. I'm like, wait a minute. And just so happened, because Common put me and Kanye back together, I had Kanye's email. So the first thing I thought of, I'm like, I uploaded it. And the first thing I thought of was like, not even thought of, it was Mama West really guiding me to say this. I said, in the subject, I said, "Kanye, your mother wanted me to send this to you."
Wow.
That was my subject. And I sent it. And then he wasn't able to upload it at first. And he finally figured it out. And he was like, he FaceTimed me the day before he went to the Oval Office. He was like, to see Trump. He was like, yo, in a million years, I didn't know she said, I don't remember her saying this.
Wow.
I'm like, me neither. And just on a spiritual note, and I said that the filmmaking and what we all made up of energy, is that I'm like, wait a minute, this I'm like, wait a minute, did she say that then, or is she saying it now? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She's saying it right now, or did she say it then? Like, did she really appear in this capsule or whatever of a monitor or the tape and saying that now because this was perfect for now? Her saying the giant looks in the mirror, because Kanye always knew he was a giant, but at that time he wasn't a giant that anybody would look at. They looked at him. They wanted to belittle Kanye.
Yeah.
But I seen the giant. You know what I mean?
And how does it feel to produce something that at this point in time is changing the public perception of Kanye West or Ye? Because, you know, we see all the social media and what's going on, but people watching this documentary in real time, you're seeing people reacting, saying, wow, I never saw him like this. I see him differently. That almost seems like an impossible task, and you accomplished that in a 3-part docuseries. How does that feel?
Well, I just say real quick, we didn't do it. God did it. You know, we say Jesus direct and God right. So God really did that. We just was following our path, his path that he wanted us to follow. But go ahead, Chike.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, like, and two, it's not like that. It wasn't our goal. Like, our goal wasn't to like change anybody's perception of how they saw Kanye. It's not like we're trying to make a commercial for Kanye. The goal was just to use two people's lives and their paths and use that as an example. You know what I mean? It's not so much that it's about Coodie or Kanye. It's using their lives, their experiences as an example to learn from, to learn from seeing two people follow their dreams in faith and their belief in God. And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? And you can learn, and it's proof that you can learn from people that aren't necessarily perfect. Like we can all learn from each other. We can learn from our mistakes, probably more than we can learn from our successes. You know what I mean? So it's really about that. It's really about seeing two people go through these adversities and not be perfect. We're all flawed individuals, but we can all learn from each other.
And I know we only have a little bit of time left with you guys. Coodie, what's your favorite of the 3 parts?
My favorite the parts, I would say, which is it's a double edge on this one. It's like 3 is really my favorite because it just showed my daughter's bit is born, and we lose Mama West and we lose my father, but my perspective changed on that. We never lost them. We gained them. You know, they're angels, and that's looking over on us, and just the fact of like just really seeing how God told this story, like even just bringing us back together on TMZ, like you couldn't write that, you know what I mean? And just seeing how he just wanted us to create this journey, the ending of this journey, and you haven't seen it yet, but we got another ending that didn't make the cut, because we had to hurry up and put it out. But is another ending at the end of this, right? That you should see next time you watch, God willing. Go ahead, Chike.
Yeah,
What's your favorite?
My favorite is 3, but the reason why it's 3 is because I just feel like it's the most complex. It's the most that reflects real life. Like real life isn't simple. It's difficult. There's a lot of challenges and there's a lot of emotions, and it takes you on an emotional journey. So 3 is my favorite. Although I love them all, obviously.
Yeah.
But 3 is, I just feel like it's the most challenging, and I like things that are challenging. So
yeah, and 2 is the funnest. 2 is fun.
Yeah, 2 is fun, and
fun.
I got to shout you out for something from 2, both of you actually, because one of my favorite clips was when Kanye was talking about how he wanted Hype Williams to do Jesus Walks, and Coodie was like, "Well, I already know what's going to happen. All right, you're going to do Hype Williams. He's going to do it wrong, and you're going to call me and Chike. We're going to fly out to Chicago." You literally, it's exactly what happened. Well, that must have been like the dopest feeling ever, just being like, "I told you so."
Right, but the thing is too, for a year we was looking for a transition at that moment. Like, how do we tell this part of the story? And we had Danny, Danny don't even remember him, who played Jesus from Channel Zero.
That was one of my favorite parts.
That was great.
He don't even remember that. He's like, I don't remember even doing that. And we found that. And then as we're looking for a transition, a year of looking pretty much, and we talking about it. Our assistant editor Byron was like, "Yo, you seen this?" And that came up, and I don't remember that. That's what I'm saying. God was like just giving us stuff that we don't even like. Did that happen? Did that actually happen? Like it's to that point. Did that have a God, Jesus, just like, I'm about to make this even better. Here, give him this. Oh, here, Donna. John looks in the mirror and sees another. Here, we got just a. It's just amazing. That's why Jesus direct.
The most ultimate call your shot of all time. Caught on film.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And it happened the way it happened. Yeah.
I need to get this out real quick. I know that Morgan Freeman does a lot of voiceover stuff and people love it. Coodie, you're the next Morgan Freeman, man. Like as soon as I heard the voiceover, because we're radio people, obviously we're audio people, and as soon as I heard that, I'm like, this guy, he needs to.
You're speaking to my soul, man.
Yes.
Oh dang! I can't even believe y'all said that. It's funny because I really didn't want to do it, and thank God I had Jay Ivy coaching me throughout this, and even our editor Max, he was real intricate on you know how I should say things, and what was his name, the other guy. But yeah, yeah, man, I'm happy y'all said that, and it was hard though. It wasn't that easy. It wasn't easy to go in there because at times I'm like getting a little fatigued. Like I got to keep doing this. I got to say it again. I got to. Jay be like, do it like this. I'm like getting mad at him for no reason. Like, what you mean? I said it right already.
Hey, listen, man, there's 3 guys in that car right now that have spoke to my soul at one point, whether it's through visuals or through audio. And it's incredible. And it's like you say a few times in the documentary is never over. What's next?
Oh, man, it's so much next. But I'll tell you one that we like really proud of, which could be another Jeen-Yuhs, Jay. The truth, we'll talk to Netflix about that tonight. But Ernie Barnes documentary. Ernie Barnes is the painter who did Good Times, Sugar Shack album cover for Marvin Gaye. What was I Want You? But the name of the painting was Sugar Shack, that you will see at the end of Good Times with the elongated arms of them partying. So we doing this documentary. He was also a professional football player, and Kanye commissioned them to do a painting. So I was filming Ernie Barnes since we met him up into his passing and the unveiling of the Kanye's painting. So we got a whole process. We got this whole process of how he do art, from him painting to him showing Kanye sketches, and he was just such a great mentor to all of us. Mm-hmm. To Jay Ivy was his official poet.
Wow.
He named Jay Ivy his official poet before he passed, and gave us a painting from heaven. The man gave us the only painting he really got a picture of that he took, that all of a sudden we was able to auction and get the painting. He gave it to us from heaven. That's an amazing story, but that's something we're happy about. And then we're going to move into the screenplay. We got screenplays and different things so we can tell the narrative actual film. And then we also, going to bring back Channel Zero. I mean, not Channel Zero, but Creative Control. And Channel Zero, all of it. Chike, you want?
Yeah, and we really focusing on our narrative game. So we've been writing a lot of screenplays, different genres. We're gonna hit you with the sci-fi. That's personally my fan favorite.
Okay.
Real stories. Like Coodie said, Southside. So we got a lot in store. All this is an effort to building our network back, like Coodie said, Creative Control. So just be on the lookout for us. When we come, it's just the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even the sirens know it's the beginning. You know what I mean? They're like, listen, we're about to make a lot of noise, man. We're about to make a lot of noise.
You're right, yeah.
Coodie. Happy birthday, Jay Ivy.
Yes, happy birthday, Jay Ivy.
Thank y'all so much.
Appreciate you being in there, man. It was a pleasure.
All is well. All is well.
Hey, listen, and Jay Ivy, I don't know
if you... your shirt.
I don't know. Oh yeah, hope all is well. You got that right. Yes, sir. Yeah. I don't know if you do if you're a justice of the peace or anything, but I'm getting married in September, so you're more than welcome to be our justice of the peace.
Congrats.
That's my invitation to you. It would be an honor.
Wow. Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
September where?
September 4th in Massachusetts.
That's me and my wife's anniversary.
No way.
September 4th.
Yo.
Yeah.
It's
Tari Teray.
See how
y'all saw Tari walk in me and Tari walk in Jersey in part 1.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
damn,
so she was my girlfriend then.
Wow.
But
so
yeah.
we're gonna have the same wedding anniversary.
Same anniversary, man. That's how it go.
Wow.
Listen,
so
what
you gotta
yo?
do it.
I know, right.
You got more important things going on that day. You got your anniversary, but I'm just saying, if you know, you're
let me know. Let me know. Let's see if we can work that out, because that's an amazing honor.
Bro, are you kidding me? It would be an honor for me.
That would be
and there's no coincidence. We don't believe in coincidence. How in the world are you talking September 4th?
Yo, it's Beyonce's birthday too, man.
It's Beyonce's birthday. And Beyonce low key be looking out for me. She be looking out.
She doesn't know, but she's looking out for me too.
Down.
What was that?
She kept me on Never Let Me Down.
She kept you on Never Let Me Down?
Well, it's rumors. So I wasn't in the room.
Yeah.
They said when Kanye played the record for Jay-Z for the first time, he played it for Jay and Beyonce. They said Jay said he ain't like how it was flowing. And Beyonce was like, no, that shit hot. Leave him on there. Jay was like, I don't like how he flowing. Take him off. Beyonce was like, no, that's hot. Leave him on there.
Let me tell you this right now.
I'm gonna listen to the woman.
That's right.
Kanye made the right decision because
that's why you're still married.
Yeah, and that has Kanye and Hove on there. And I still think that song isn't the same without you on it. I truly believe that. I'll say that till I'm blue in the face. That part of the song is incredible, man. It really is.
Man, thank you, man. I prayed for that one, man. God gave me a blessing for real.
Well deserved, and God gave me a blessing by you getting married on the same day as me, and now you might be my justice of the peace.
Hey, come on, justice of the peace.
Let's go. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out though. Now that you put it out there.
All right, hey, yeah. Let me know.
All right, good stuff, man. Appreciate that, J. Ivy. Coodie, Chike. Yes, I know we taking a lot of your time now. Yeah, you guys got stuff to go and do tonight. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. It was just, as Kanye being one of my favorite artists ever, to see that side of him and to see that story being told it was just beautifully, beautifully done. And we're looking forward to speaking to you guys again in the future about some different projects.
Yeah, for sure. Thank y'all. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you, man.
Hey, have a good one. Peace.
You too.
God bless.
Love and light.